Perform the indicated operations. In both cases there are divisions going on here, so in both of these I'm going to be changing the division to a multiplication, flipping the fraction that comes after it. Now, I'm going to factor these right away because I want to be able to see what the non-permissible values are later. That's going to be easier if I do the factoring now. So, out of this first piece I can take 4x. 4x squared divided by 4x is x, minus 12x divided by 4x is minus 3. This is a difference of squares. It's x plus 3, x minus 3. Divided by, I know this is supposed to be a times, I'll do that in the next line. Common factor in this numerator is 7x squared, and with that gone we're left with x plus 1. And here this is a trinomial, it factors as x plus 1, x plus 3. So now, when I change this operation to a multiplication, we'll have 4x, x minus 3. Underneath we'll have x plus 3, x minus 3. Times, and now this second fraction flips upside down. Up top we have x plus 1, x plus 3. Underneath we have 7x squared, x plus 1. Now, express final answers in lowest terms. That means simplify it, pretty it up as much as possible. What can we cancel here? We have x minus 3's. We have an x plus 3. We have x plus 1. This is going well. We can cancel 1x in the numerator and 1x in the denominator. There's still 1 left. And so what remains is 4 over 7x. That's the final answer in lowest terms. For non-permissible values, first from here we get negative 3 and 3. Negative 3, from here we get 3. From this denominator we get negative 1. From here we get negative 3, but we have that already. And then, when I flip this fraction over, we had a whole new denominator. We got x plus 1. Well, that gives us negative 1. We already have that. But it also gives us x squared, which produces another non-permissible value. So, remember, you have to look not only at the original version of the problem, but at any subsequent versions in which you flip stuff upside down. You can have new denominators born here which were not visible at first. Now, question B, this is oh so much worse with 3 terms in it. I'm trying to think how to do this so I don't burn up all my available space. I'm going to take a step just to factor this. I think I can afford that. From these 2 terms, the common factor is 10m. That leaves 2m plus 3. In the denominator here, that's a difference of squares. It's 3 plus 2m, 3 minus 2m, divided by, I'll get to the flip in a moment, common factor of 11m, leaves me with m squared minus 1 over decomposition. They're really throwing it at us with this one. We need 2 numbers which add up to negative 1 and multiply to negative 6. It's got to be 2 and negative 3. Because we're so crowded here, I'm going to try to do this one by inspection, meaning without writing out the steps. Wish me luck. I think we need a plus 1 and an m and a minus 3. That would be 2m squared plus 2m minus 3m minus 3. Yes, I think that did it. And then we have this last bit, which is factored. Nothing more to be done there. So, now I'm going to change this. This is going to become a multiplication. I'm going to flip this second thing over, all of it. And one more thing I'm going to do on the fly. This m squared minus 1 is a difference of squares. I'm going to split that apart to try to save room. So 10m, 2m plus 3. None of this changes. It's all before the division. 3 plus 2m, 3 minus 2m times, and now the big flip, 2m minus 3 goes upstairs, m plus 1 goes upstairs, m minus 1 goes upstairs, and 11m goes downstairs. I'll do this next. 2m plus 3 goes downstairs, and where m squared minus 1 ought to be, I'm going to put its totally factored form. I couldn't do it all in the first line, but I've done it now. And now the fun part, we cancel everything in sight. What can we do here? M plus 1 and m plus 1, m minus 1 and m minus 1, 2m plus 3 and 2m plus 3. Here we have an m and an m, those drop out. So 10 times 2m minus 3 over 3 plus 2m, 3 minus 2m. We can do at least one more thing. Do you see it? Binomials. Here we have 2m minus 3. Here we have 3 minus 2m. We can once again pull that stunt where we factor out a negative 1. And that leaves us with negative 3 divided by negative 1 is 3. 2m divided by negative 1 is negative 2m. And down here we have, this is bugging me that this isn't in descending order, so I'm going to change it. 2m plus 3 means the same thing. The 3 minus 2m's cancel out. That's the magic of our factoring out a negative 1 trick. And so, our finished version is minus 10 over 2m plus 3. Now, let's go back up there and hunt for non-permissible values. 3 plus 2m, that gives us minus 3 over 2. So m, that's much too light. M cannot be minus 3 over 2. That's from this piece. Here we get positive 3 over 2. Here we would get 3 over 2. We have that already. Here we would get negative 1. That's a new one. Here we get positive 1. Another new one. That's it for the initial state. Then we flipped it over, so now we have to check everything again. Minus 3 over 2. Got it. 3 over 2, got it. 0, that's a new one, so good thing we checked. Here we get minus 3 over 2, old news. M plus 1 gives us negative 1, that's old news, and M minus 1 gives us 1. So checking afterwards, we did get one more non-permissible value, bringing our total up to 5.